Hello friends, and welcome to the 100th episode of Lexi's Budget Bunker Build. So guys, I just want to really thank you to everybody that's stuck with this and watched all these episodes and hung along with me. I really appreciate it, and it's a special reward for the 100th episode. Rather than go down into the bunker, I'm going to show you guys the process I use with my 3D printing. So I'm sure that's going to be like super interesting. I'm just going to go off. Hang on guys, my phone's going off. Sorry, I just better grab this. Okay, yeah, so that's goodness. Okay, so we've got a civil defence emergency notice come through on the phone, guys. Apparently there's it's an extreme weather event heading this way. It's going to arrive in a couple of hours. Anticipated 200-mile-an-hour winds, and the recommendation is to seek either evacuate or seek shelter. So guys, I think this is probably a good opportunity for me to give the bunker a bit of a test. I mean, it's only in its obviously early stages, but you know, it's still 5 meters underground, and there's enough room for me to bunk down there for the night. So yeah, recommends to keep safe for 12 hours, guys. So I'm going to do a 12-hour stealth camp in the secret underground bunker, and we'll see how that goes. Now obviously she's pretty basic down there, but I've got a couple of hours to drag together some supplies and essentials that I'll need to survive the next 12 hours, and then I'll bring you back when I'm down there set up ready to go. Oh well guys, here we are. So I've grabbed things that I think I'll need. So the goal is to stay down here for 12 hours. It's around 6 o'clock now in the evening. So you can see it's an absolute shambles down here. It smells like a dog's armpit. And I mean literally smells like a dog's armpit, because this rug on the ground, it's an old rug that my daughter gave me, and because it was the favourite sleeping spot of the dog before it's donated to me. So I've given it a vacuum, but poor, she stinks. But I guess I'll get used to that. I actually love dogs, so it's not a drama. But he's a whiffy boy, that's for sure. Yeah, so I'm going to get myself organised down here. As you can see, I've got very limited space. Get organised, and then I'll give you a bit of a tour of what I've prepared for. We'll see if that gets me through in relative comfort for 12 hours. So I'll bring you back when I'm a bit more organised. Right friends, welcome back. So I've sort of got as organised as I can in this limited space. Now in the configuration I've got at the moment, this is just for obviously, you know, before I sleep, just for general living. And then this seat folds up quite nicely, which you'll see later on. So when I'm ready to sleep, I will sort of rearrange it all a bit. I've got these swabs to sleep on. I've just got an old bit of canvas as a blanket, just keeping it really simple for this one. And I'll probably stay in the overalls. I've got some gloves here, keep the hands warm. You know, one thing about keeping warm, and it's actually very warm down here to be honest, so I don't think that'll be a problem. But one thing about keeping warm is keeping the extremities warm, of course, and probably most of you know that, but it makes a huge difference. Keep your feet warm, your hands warm, and your head warm, and it makes a big difference. So, you know, if it's a bitterly cold night and I'm lying in bed and I'm feeling a bit cold, I just chuck a hat on and a pair of socks and I'm as warm as toast normally. So I think I'll be warm enough down here. I don't think that's going to be a problem. So I'm running on I'm running all on batteries. So I'm not using the mains at all. The only mains that is still live is the water pump, because I haven't actually got a backup system for that just yet. It is actually raining right now, so that pump may kick on and off a few times. But we've had a bit of a dry spell, so you know, there's very little water going in there at the moment. So I'm hoping it won't be too much of a problem. But I thought for realism, you know, survive on what you've got, not you know, if there's a big storm up top, the power could get knocked out, you know, and then if you're relying on that when you're doing the test runs, you're in trouble. And just a disclaimer, of course, you guys probably most of you probably realise this anyway, but I like to be 100% honest with everybody or with my viewers. There's not actually an emergency coming. This is just a practice run, as it were, a simulation. That's the word I was looking for. It's a simulation. So I'm simulating what would happen. And I think it's good. It's a bit of fun, and also it will highlight to me things that I might have overlooked. You know, yeah, I'm going to be down here for 12 hours. Things may come up that I haven't thought about, and then for the next one, I'll be a little bit better prepared. And I plan to do, if it's popular, if you guys like it, then I'll do more of these. And what I'll do is I'll do them at each milestone. So when I reach 2,000 subscribers, which probably be a while away, hopefully this tunnel will be a bit longer, and I'll have a ceiling up, and it'll be a bit more comfortable. And each I'm hoping in the series of videos, each one you'll see a evolution of more prepared, more comfort, more facilities, and it's just a bit of fun anyway. So I'll quickly run you through what I've got. Obviously, I've got my fold-out chair here. So this bucket, you're going to be practical, guys, and we're going to talk about the practical stuff, even though it's a bit tasteless. That's me dunny, mate. So I've got some toilet paper, and I'm really hoping that my needs are kept number ones while I'm down here, but you've got to be prepared for the worst, and I'm committed to, as I say, to staying down here and seeing what it's like and what I'll need to make life better. Now, the fan system is operational. It's running on 12 volts. At the moment, I've got the air inlet going on a very low setting. So it's very, there goes the pump. We'll just pause it there and I'll come back to you. Right, welcome back. It's done its dash. So I've got the fan, as I was saying, I've got the fan on a very low setting, and there's two fully charged batteries up there, so that should keep that going. And that's pumping fresh air in, and because it's relatively sealed at the top now, it'll be pushing the bad air out, and I'll just probably periodically maybe give it a good purge with the extractor as well. So and when I do some cooking, if I need to use this, I'll have it on the full power. What I've got here, I've done a bit of research. People say, for emergency toilets, the old kitty lid is actually a good idea, because it's very absorbent, and it tends to kill odours, and it's biodegradable, and so what I'll be doing is chucking some of this into this bucket. So if you're prepping yourselves, guys, you can have one of these set up in your house ready to go. Have the kitty lid inside the bucket. It's toilet paper, wet wipes, because you're going to want to keep your. I've got another packet in my bag of those as well. You want to keep your hygiene up. That's really important. But so it's double bagged, and it's a pretty airtight lid. So if I need to do anything, I can put some kitty litter in there, seal it up. It's nice and airtight. Won't be any odours. And then it's double bagged. Just bag it up and get rid of it. So it's not a bad idea to have something like this at home, because if the water goes out, if it's for a couple of hours, it doesn't matter. But if it's out for a day, your body doesn't just stop working. You've still got to keep doing things. So just having a backup, a low cost, easy to use backup, and you think it's not important until you need it, and then suddenly you realise it's very important. So I've got that side covered. Got some snacks. Of course, now I'm going to try these. I've never a fancy packet on that. I've never tried this brand before, and it's the packet that did it. It's marketing, it's everything, right? But cheese and bacon sounds pretty good. So we'll be giving them a go. And got a pint of Guinness stout. So this is great. So I love this Guinness stout. So interesting. Well, I think it's interesting. So my grandma on my mother's side had 15 children. It was back in the day when I think they had television, and as a consequence of that, her body was quite depleted, because she was a tiny little thing, the old grandma, and having so many children leached all the calcium out of her body, and all her teeth disappeared. But anyway, a doctor prescribed her to have half a pint of Guinness every morning as a tonic because it's very high in iron. So here's something you probably didn't know. So this is for health reasons, guys. This is just to keep the old iron levels up, and I think it'll keep the morale levels up as well. So I'll just bring you down. I can bring you down here. Let's just move the camera. Bring that down. I'll show you my cooking setup. So this is really basic. Again, this is the Mark 1. Next one I do hopefully be a bit better. But I saw this on a prepping channel. It's like a survival type thing. You got nothing and you're trying to make do. So basically a concrete block, some tea light candles. And this thing here, I bet none of you are going to be able to guess what that's off. It's actually a foot plate off a horse and carriage. So yeah, I just had these odd bits and pieces lying around, and that was actually a foot plate on a horse and carriage. So it's probably 150 years old, that piece of metal. But that'll make a great little, great little element. So we'll be heating up my dinner. I'll have a talk about that later on. Got my survival cutlery set. So it's a knife, fork, spoon, bottle opener. I think there's a can opener in there something. Yeah, there's a can opener. So it's this is a great little kit. And guys, you want to start, getting these little things. They're not expensive. You chuck this in your survival, getaway bag, and you're covered. So we've got that, and then we got coming around here. We've got some beverages over there. So I've got some water. It's always good to have some water. I've got some snacks, some muesli bars and cheese and crackers, and I'm going to be doing a whiskey review. So I'm not a seasoned whiskey drinker, but I just as I get older, I notice I'm starting to quite enjoy it. So I thought I'd do a whiskey review, share that with you guys, and just coming around here. So I think I mentioned that's my swabs for my bed. I don't know how comfortable that's going to be, but we'll see. And got my laptop for entertainment. I thought about bringing a book down here to read, but I thought, you know what, laptop's quite good. That'll run for a few hours on its batteries. Got music, got some videos on there, and I've got actually a bit of work I can do on there as well. And I got my backpack. So that backpack I pretty much take with me everywhere. It's got a first aid kit in it. It's got some medical supplies like painkillers and that sort of thing. And just the basic survival bits and pieces that if you got caught short for whatever reason, it'll keep you alive for a day or two. So yeah, guys, that's my setup. I don't think I've forgotten anything, but it feels kind of weird sitting down here in a hole, but that's also kind of fun, to be honest. So anyway, I might just do a bit of work. I'll let you go, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready for a bit of a snack and a bit more of a chat. Oh, welcome back, guys. I've been doing a bit of work on my laptop, but I think I've earned myself a bit of a break now. So oh God, I pulls that up, didn't I? So I think it's time to have some refreshment. The place is going to stink like beer now. I'm spilling it all over the place. Beer and dog, what a combination. It could be worse, and later on I guess it might be worse if I have to use the old portacom there. Look at the head on that. Oh my God, I'm useless. Yeah, I'm not a big beer drinker, eh? This is actually second beer of the year. First beer of the year was because I bought these. This is a 6-pack, and so the first beer of the year was a couple of days ago when I bought this 6-pack. But I do like stout. I do like the stout, and I could probably find myself drinking more of this, and maybe other dark beers. I might maybe do a few beer reviews of some of our local stouts and dark ales and stuff. But they're the ones I like. I like the nice, strong, oaty sort of, I don't know, malty, tasty ones. Here we go. That's coming right. Let's see that. Oh yeah, that is really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. All right, let's get these a run. Cheese and bacon loaded fries. I suppose you guys can. The camera's probably not going to really pick those up, but they're quite a golden colour, quite a rich golden looking colour. That smell, got no smell at all. No, I'll be honest, guys, these aren't that great. I'm not really picking up bacon or cheese. We have a brand here that does like a barbecue flavour crisp, and it's more like that. It's just very, very salty, extremely salty. Really picking up bacon or cheese though. It's not unpleasant, but it's not something I'd buy a second time, that's for sure. I love crisps. I absolutely love crisps. You know, I'd have a bag of crisps over sweets any day of the week. And Walkers, of course, are my favourite. They're an English brand. We sometimes can get them over here. But I've got to say, you know, crisps or chips, whatever you want to call them. In New Zealand, the range and the quality has improved a huge amount over the last few decades. We've got some really nice brands now. Eater do some really, really nice chips. And then there's Heartland. They're a new brand. It's Heartland chips, and there's a few out there anyway, and they're very nice. You know, do some really nice flavors. Bacon. I like the basics. Yeah, bacon, salt and vinegar. Stick to the simple, and then then these chip places they do these they'll do lime and chives and sour cream and this and that, and I don't want that. You know, it just doesn't seem right. I want the OG flavours, cheese and onion. That's my favourite. Walker's cheese and onion. That's got to be. This is probably boring as crap, isn't it, to me? They've on about chips, but for me, that's got to be the penultimate potato chip or crisp. Walker's cheese and onion, outstanding. So these I'll eat these. These are they're okay, and they go quite well with the Guinness, but not what I expected. I really expected more of a bacon flavour. Maybe picking up a little bit of bacon there. I'm terrible with chips. If I open a big bag like this, I'm just going to eat the whole lot. There's going to be none left. All right. I'm going to top up the Guinness, and I'll let you guys go. I'm just going to enjoy my Guinness here and my chippies, and just chill out down here. Probably put some music on, which I also can't play because of copyright issues. I'm just going to relax down here for a couple of hours, and then I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready to cook the dinner, and we'll see how that goes. That's going to be an interesting exercise in survival. But until then, guys, see you later. Well, welcome back, guys. So it's about just gone 8 o'clock now, and I thought I'd better get this underway because I think this is going to take quite a while to warm up. Had to avail myself of the the amenities. Thankfully, only a number one. Wasn't the greatest, but you know, better than certainly better than nothing, that's for sure. It worked too. I mean, I've put some of the kitty litter in there, and yes, got the lid nice and tight, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's so anyway, let's get this underway. So I thought I'd try 3 of these tea candles. So for anybody that's concerned, I do have the you can't hear it because I've got it on a low setting, but I do have the fan going, so there is air circulating. Probably one of the things I need to get is a decent air quality monitoring system. So I've got some ideas around that I actually want to make. I actually want to make something, and that can then monitor the whole bunker as it grows, and will actually give me real-time like updates to my phone. And this will be a project that I do when I've got a bit more time on my hands. But in the interim, I might get something, maybe see what they've got on the old AliExpress, because I definitely don't want to asphyxiate myself and end up dying down here. Right, it's going to be an interesting experiment. Not a lot of heat coming off there, but we'll see. I did see somebody do this on YouTube, and I did wonder whether, you know, they reckon they only used 1 candle, and they reckon it heated their food up pretty well. But I'm just wondering whether it was bullshit or not. So I thought, well, let's try it out. So let's put a little there. And so one thing I do know, you do want to crack the lid open so there's no pressure build up. And I'll just give you guys a quick look at what I'm going to eat. So this is called Watty's Big Eats. I'm sure, so I think this is a New Zealand specific product, but I'm sure you guys probably have something similar in your areas. So they call it Watty's Big Eat, the perfect hunger buster. It's tasty, easy to prepare, and will satisfy the biggest hunger any time of the day. Simply heat and eat. So, I don't think it would satisfy the biggest hunger, to be honest, because we've got some pretty big, greedy people around. But for me, I've had these a lot. I have them at work sometimes for lunch, and sometimes I'll have them for dinner. And actually, for me, they're 410 grams. And what have we got here? Tells us what's ingredients. Here we go. So we've got tomatoes, puree and diced, navy beans, which of course are a good source of. They're a very good source of fibre. We've got sausages, and which are made out of lamb, water, beef, seasoning, and contains flavours. What else we got here? We've got tomato juice, potatoes, bacon, and yeah, the other stuff is all the mushrooms. I realised it had mushrooms in it. Never really picked up the mushrooms when I've eaten these. Yeah, and all the usual thickeners and food acids and such forth. But you know, it's basically what is it? It's 3 veggies, because you got potato, navy beans, and tomato, which I realise is technically a fruit, but we won't go there. We've got bacon and we've got sausage, and we've got a bit of mushroom in there, so we've got a bit of fungus as well. So 2 meats, 3 veg, and a fungus, all in 1 can. That's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. They're very satisfying, very tasty, and very satisfying. And so, just the thing about canned food, interesting thing about canned food is it will last. So this one doesn't actually have a use by date or best buy or anything like that, but they will last for decades. And now the caveat on that is that foods that are high in acid, such as tomatoes, so it won't go bad generally, but it will lose its consistency and its flavour. So it won't taste the greatest, but it still, shouldn't poison you, and it will give you some nutrition. So yeah, so they'll last for decades in a can, providing the can's not damaged. So if you're opening a can, in a survival situation, you're opening a can that's maybe 10 years old, what you want to actually do is open the can Obviously, as you open it, listen. I mean, inspect it. First thing to do is inspect it outside for any obvious damage. You know, if it's got dents in it and stuff like that, then you got to be pretty careful. But if the can is in good condition, you want to open it up, empty the contents into a bowl, and as you open it, listen, because, you know, if there's a big sort of exhale of gas coming out of it, that's pretty much a warning sign that something's gone bad in there. But yeah, empty that into a bowl, then wash the can and inspect the inside of the can, because then you'll see if there's any corrosion or, you know, sign of any problems there. So a can like this, because it's got tomato in it, is actually painted. It's actually painted and lacquered inside. I actually used to work for a can making company, so I'm actually a qualified can maker amongst many other things. And so I used to do the corned beef cans, and New Zealand was the last OECD country in the world to use a lead seamed food can, and that was my line, which was so that was probably the most challenging canning line in New Zealand at the time, because you've got lead right next to your food, right on the seam. So the can would be put together, the lead seam would hold it together, and then it would be lacquered. You'd go through the machine and get lacquered, and then you'd have somebody inspecting those. And what they would do, they would take a batch of these things, of the corned beef, once they'd filled them, and they would put them in a special incubator, and it would have bacteria in there by design. And if there was any problems with the cans, then obviously this would, you know, it was the exact right temperature and conditions to breed bacteria. These things would swell up. The cans would swell up, and they would, you know, you'd know straight away that there was a problem. So that was like a quality control thing with the cans. But yeah, so you inspect the inside of the can. If it looks good, then you're probably, and the food smells okay, you're probably okay. You can get test kits for testing for botulism. I've seen that on YouTube. I mean, YouTube's great, right? It's all on there. I watched some guy that eats, you know, he'll eat food that's 100 years old, packaged food, and he tests it for botulism. I don't think that's necessary with cans that are 20 or 30 years old, unless they've been damaged and not stored properly. So you want to store these in a cool, dark environment. And as I say, they last for decades. And in this case, this is a full meal, basically. It ticks all the boxes. Very satisfying. Obviously, we wouldn't want to survive on just this, but this could make a good part of your survival larder, basically. If you have a few of these tins. But anyway, that's warming up. Slow and steady is the way with a can, because you don't want to overheat it. You don't want to burn the paint or lacquer on the inside, because that'll potentially toxic and also spoil the flavour. So I heat these at work. I put them on top of the boiler, and they're up there for about 4 hours, and it's absolutely perfect. How long this is going to take? I might be having dinner at 2 o'clock in the morning, I think, at this rate. It's a bit of heat coming off there, but not a lot. Anyway, guys, hope you found that interesting about cans. If you might have learned something, I don't know, but it's certainly worthwhile having a good stock of canned food in your larder for situations where power's out and your fridge isn't working and your freezer's not working. And these things, dehydrated food is good. That lasts longer. Freeze-dried food lasts the longest if it's stored properly. The only thing with that, it's not ready to eat. This is ready to eat. Pop the lid, you can eat it. You don't even have to heat it. You need it cold. I prefer it heated. But, it's ready to eat. So it's a great survival food. So I'm rambling like crazy because I've had a beer. I'm a cheap, what do they call them? A cheap date, because a cheap drunk. Because one beer and I'm just about wasted. I hardly ever drink. So, yeah, I'm feeling quite happy right now. So anyway, that's going to take ages to heat up. I can see that now. Jeez. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I'll bring you back when this is hot and ready to eat, and I'll let you know how long it took. So here's me Where's my phone? Yeah, so it's 8:20 now, so we'll see how long it takes. Bring you back later, guys. Right, guys, welcome back. So this has been on for about an hour, almost 9:30. I just don't want to wait any longer. I'll be having dinner in the middle of the night. I mean, it is the middle of the night now, but you know what I mean. Even later. So let's see if I feel. She feels pretty. Like it's too hot to touch down the bottom. Just warm at the top. So I think the go will be to give her a bit of a stir up. The old survival fork. Eating that, whatever it is. Right. What's going on? One bloody thing come off. There we go. What should we do with that? Yes. Look at all those sausages. Sausages, nice. A bit of a stir up. So we've got the really hot stuff and the warm stuff mixed together. Yeah, just lukewarm. Yeah, it's barely warm, to be honest. Let's see if I can get that bottom stuff up here. Yeah. Yeah, it's barely lukewarm. I think it probably needed another hour, to be honest. Looking at the candles, they're not so that's too hot to touch. They've not gone down much. So yeah, probably the one thing I've learned is probably needs to be left longer. Start a couple of hours before you want to eat, or you're going to be having lukewarm food, but it's still good. Still tastes good. That's nice big bits of sausage in there. These really are a good feed. Very satisfying. Seems like the can, the can itself is quite hot, but really on the insides, only just warmed up a tiny bit. It's actually getting hotter as I get down. So, yeah, I think if I'd left it 2 hours, I think it would have been pretty much warm all the way through, maybe. Oh, I've got to share with you guys a tin food story. So my dad was always out for a bargain, and originally from England, and in the 70s there'd be these auctions of boxes of tin food that actually were from the Second World War. So they were, well, at that stage, 30 years old. And there'd be, I can't remember, I mean, I was a kid at the time, but probably 20 or 30 boxes, 20 or 30 tins in a box. And the thing is, though, they just had a number on them, like a code. They didn't actually have what was in the tins. And when you bid on them at the auction, you didn't know what you're bidding on. And so Dad would go to these auctions and he'd get some of these boxes. And it was a real pick and a poke. You know, so I remember one lot was baked beans. Another lot was pears. It was tinned pears. Now they're all beautifully preserved, nothing wrong with them. But one time he got this box and it was a whole box of tinned cheese. And it was actually really nice because it's got processed cheese. So, which, you know, as a kid you love that stuff because it's soft and it's tasty. So yeah, never forget that, the old hitting this bloody tin food. Yeah, I think back to it, it's probably bought off the back of a truck actually. And it's very satisfying, this. It's quite hot now down the bottom. So yeah, probably needed to be stirred up. It's kind of awkward to stir it when it's full. So I guess the trick will be to just leave it on there for maybe 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, I'm calling the tea candle stove a success. I mean, it has warmed it up, and it just needed longer. I think it just needed a couple of hours. I was being impatient, but I was hungry. But yeah, I think if I left it on there a couple of hours, it would have been pretty much hot through. And yeah, a pretty easy, relatively safe way to heat food, just slow. So if you're not in a hurry, it's not a problem. And you know, I guess those candles are providing a bit of warmth as well. And I mean, if you didn't have the battery powered torch, then a bit of light. I wonder how much light it gives off. Let's have a look, eh? This is all about experimenting. So let's have a look. Let me turn this off. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that, guys. Isn't that cozy? Little campfire. Cozy little campfire. Where's my can? Oh, there it is. I'll have the rest of this by the light of the little campfire. Probably end up dropping it all over myself. I can't see a thing, to be honest. But I know where my mouth is, so that's all good. I guess with a bit of time, the eyes, you know, they're acclimatized to the low light levels. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera, of course. I won't know that until tomorrow when I get a chance to edit it. Put the old light on. I'll just show you this light, guys. It's kind of hard to show you when it's on, isn't it? I'll grab the other one. Yeah, so this I've got this. It's the old Makita. Got this from the local mitre tent, and it's got a there we go. So this let's put it down. So that folds down like that. So you can actually operate it like that in that position if you want. Find the button. We can fold it up, and it's got 2 light settings, low and high and off. It's built-in hook if you want to hang it from something, and of course it uses the standard Makita batteries. So I think this thing's rated on the high setting. It's rated to last with a 5 amp hour battery. It'll last, I think from memory, is something like 17 hours. And on the low setting, it gives you something like 30 hours. So it's pretty good, you know. And it chucks out a decent amount of light. So you know, they're sold as work lights, but I got it more as an emergency light. We've got various torches and things at home, but yeah, most of them don't chuck out much in the way of light. Now that seems decent, pretty decent. No, of course I've got this thing, which is more of a spotlight. I think this lasts something, I forget now, something like 20 hours or something on a 5 amp hour. What you say on there, but yeah, no, these are great. I like the Makita tools, so I sort of stuck with them because, well, I guess because I've got about 4 batteries now for those, so it'd be pointless to, well, not pointless, but kind of silly to get a different brand because then you need another set of batteries. But yeah, the old biggies, that was nice. Well, guys, now it's time for whiskey review. I've actually still got a few chippies left. I might finish those up. Yeah, that's a testament to the fact that these weren't that great. Normally I'd open a packet of chips and I'd just go through the whole lot. I just can't help myself. I just keep eating them. These I kind of was quite easy to stop eating them, to be honest. But as I say, it's not that they were necessarily bad, just not that great. So what? I'll get set up. I'll bring you guys back. Oh, welcome back, guys. It's time for the old whiskey review. Now, it's only recently that I've started to enjoy a bit of whiskey, and I'm certainly not an expert or anything like that. But I know what I like, and I mean, that's probably the most important thing. So I'll just show you. So this one, it was from our local booze store. And I'll just read you a little bit. So this is quite unusual in that it's the company's a relatively new company, founded in 2008. So I'll just read you a little blurb off their website. So with the vision and historic lands of Slane's Conyngham family and the 147-year-old whiskey-making mastery of Kentucky's Brown family, we've brought exceptional whiskey back to the Boyne Valley for generations to come. So Alex Coningham's passion for and pursuit of great whiskey has taken him to the 4 corners of the earth, apparently. And, it's all just disappeared now. Where's it gone? Bear with me as we get a slight technical difficulty. Yeah, so it took him to the 4 corners of the earth, and returning in 2008, the son of Lord Henry Conyngham took his global knowledge to his home village, Slane, where with the help of his parents he developed and launched Slane Irish whiskey. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to whiskey, a lot of these brands are hundreds of years old. This one's not. I'll be honest, I guess I'm a fairly simple sort of person. What drew me to it was the bottle. I love the look of the bottle. It just looks interesting. And marketing, there's a bit of dust in there. I'll be drinking that. Yeah, marketing, it's the thing. It's magic. Gets you to buy something just because it looks good. Right, let's can get it open. Alright, let's so I don't have a proper whiskey drinking glass. It's supposed to have like a tulip shaped thing apparently, and it holds the aromas in. I've got the old Lex budget bunker build Mark, but apparently you swirl around and see if it's got any legs, and this is apparently if it's a good, I don't know, it's a good whiskey, it'll create legs on the side of the glass. I don't know if it's really doing that on the side of the mug, to be honest. There's a little bit hanging on the side there though. So let's have a sniff. What am I picking up there? I mean, I'm really uncultured, guys. It smells like thinners to me, to be honest. And specifically, it smells like two-way thinners, which is what we used to use back in the 80s. It was a thinners that could be used in, I think, could be used in enamel paint, and what was the other one? There was enamel and Dulon. Yeah, the two sort of main sort of paints we used to use for painting cars back in the day. Oh, come on, it's got to be more than that to it. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this and probably make this a little bit of a long-running series and revisit this one maybe in a couple of years when I'm perhaps got a bit more practice at this and see if I pick up more, because maybe a slight, definitely a slight bit of caramel. Maybe I should stop snorting it like I'm trying to snort cocaine and just gently have a sniff. Yeah, a bit of a little bit of a caramel. Oh, let's go for the taste test. Oh, shit is strong. As I say, I'm a beginner at this stuff. Oh, definite caramel taste there. Oh yeah, sort of like butterscotch caramel. That's beautiful. Oh yes, I like that actually. The whiskies I've enjoyed the most are like the smoky ones from like the Isle of Islay, I think it is, in Scotland. I love that smoky, peaty taste. This is quite different. This is sort of a butterscotch caramel sort of. Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's not too shabby. Now, I did read somewhere that put a splash of water in it and it can sort of bring out the flavours a bit more. And as it happens, I've got some bottled water here, so we'll try it out. I definitely got that aftertaste of caramel and sort of butterscotch. Right, splash. Let's talk about a splash. Probably if there's really civilised, I'll have some ice down here, but maybe that'll be for a later video when I'm a little bit more organised. So let's see if that's changed the taste at all. Oh, it has actually quite significant. No, it's quite surprising. Tiny bit of water. It's taken away the most of the burn. Yeah, I'm not, as I say, I'm not I'm not particularly good at this, but butterscotch caramel. Really, guys, that's about all I'm picking up. Other than the sort of obvious whiskey taste. That's nice. I like that. Yeah, I'd go for that again. I'm going to rate it. And it's difficult to rate it because it's the first one. And, it's like I'm really enjoying it. I've given it a really high score. It kind of closes out the, it means it doesn't leave a lot of room for subsequent ones, which I might enjoy a lot more. So I need to be a little bit mindful of that. So it is very nice. Probably the experts out there are saying, what a clown I am, getting it totally wrong. But it's all subjective, isn't it, really? It's what you like. I'd give this let's give it a 9 out of 10, I think. Because we can get it, we'll do increments. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it is very nice. I mean, I've probably tried a dozen whiskies over the years. Not really paid a lot of attention to it, though, I'll be honest. I just sort of drunk it down. And quite often with mixers. Not often just straight. But this is, out of the ones I've drunk straight, this is right up there. This is definitely one of the more pleasant ones. Especially with a little splash of water. I think you get the caramel and the sort of butterscotch taste a little bit more then. Yeah, let's give it a 9 out of 10, guys. And we'll see how that stacks up against future tastings. So that's Slane Irish whiskey. A blended whiskey, triple cask. Very nice. All right, well, I'm just going to sit here and just sip this, enjoy this, eat some chippies. Probably put a bit of music on, so I'll let you guys go. So I'm not breaking any copyright. And yeah, I'm just going to chill out here for an hour, and then I'm going to organise myself for sleep. I don't want to try and get to sleep too early because it's not particularly comfortable. I don't want to be laying around any longer than I have to feel uncomfortable. So I think I'll sleep pretty well. To be honest, I'm feeling pretty pretty pissed. It's a lightweight, honestly. But yeah, beer and whiskey in the same day, I don't think I've ever done that. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to be such a good idea, to be honest. Probably have a bloody hangover tomorrow. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm just going to roll with it for today. And hopefully when I go to edit this video, I'm not too slurred. So yeah, thanks for hanging in there, guys. And I'll bring you back when I'm ready to go for the next stage of the stealth camp, and that'll be to try and get some sleep. Cheers. Well, friends, I'm settling down for the night now, so it's about 10:30. So I'm just, yep, I'm trying to get some sleep. I don't know how successful it's going to be because the water pump kicks in every now and again, which always makes me jump. But I guess I'll get some sleep in between the water pump going. So other than that, it's not too noisy. I can still, it's amazing that I can still hear a little bit of traffic noise. I just heard we got one of these guys with the big speakers that, the big bass speakers in his car, goes up and down the road. And just heard that going, thumping its way up and down the road. So, but I guess once I get the side tunnel a bit deeper and get a door on it, I better shut out that noise. And when I get a proper door on the top of the bunker, like a proper hatch, I think that'll insulate it a little bit better. But anyway, guys, it's time for me to try and get some sleep. So I'll catch up with you in the morning. And, we'll see how that goes. Right. Later. Turn this off. Hi, good morning, guys. It's I don't know what time it's actually. It's where's my watch? My clock. Where's my clock? My phone. Oh, straight 5:45. Feels like it's later than that. So pretty broken sleep, to be honest. The water pump kicked in a few times, and got a little bit cold down here. You know, I was quite surprised. I thought it was going to. I mean, the temperature down here pretty much stays the same, but I think it's quite damp. So I think with all the water underneath me in the sump and in the walls are a little bit damp. I think that contributed to making it a bit cold. So yeah, that's a lesson learned, I guess. Next time I'll make sure I've got some warmer clothing, or hopefully by then I might have a bit of a stretcher bed or something, like room for a stretcher bed down here, and be able to have a sleeping bag. So I think that'll be the go, sort of a subarctic sleeping bag or something like that. They really keep you warm. So yeah, not the worst night's sleep I've ever had, but certainly not the best either. But anyway, that's pretty much 12 hours down there, and it's quite enough, to be honest. I'm going to go upstairs now and probably have a nice hot shower and put my electric blanket on and crawl back into a real bed for a couple of hours of sleep. But anyway, thanks for joining me on this intrepid journey. Yeah, it is quite interesting to see what it's like sleeping down here. And as I say, as this thing gets developed and you know, it gets bigger and better set up, hopefully these little stealth camps will get more comfortable. So thanks again, and just a quick shout out to all my Patreons and YouTube members. Really appreciate your support, guys, really do. And thank you to everybody that's subscribed to my channel. That's obviously helps. And do let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. If you think it's a waste of time and a load of rubbish, let me know that as well. You know, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, obviously, but if everybody, if the majority are saying, well, I'm wasting my time with this, I probably maybe won't do any more, or I don't know. But anyway, yeah, let me know. And it's been an experience. Yeah, anyway, on that note, as I say, I'm going to go upstairs now and back to the real world. And thanks again, and keep yourself safe out there, guys. This is Lex out. Cheers.